So what is a query parameter? We just discussed about the query parameter, and also we discussed about the advantages of using query parameter. Supposing you want to change the data dynamically while it is being loaded in Power BI model. For example, you have the Excel sheet and you have the data. In the data set, you want to allow the user or report users to view only the selected countries. Okay, selected country related data they want to view it. How do they see it? One second, let me just go here and we'll open the data file. In this data file, if I want to select and view only the United States country related data, for example, here I just deselected all the other country. I just want to select only the United States. Okay, so I can see the now in the Excel, we can see the transactions, order transactions related to United States only. Now the question is, okay, so now we have a luxury to open the file and we can filter it. But in real time, what happens is we are not supposed to open the file like this, and also we are not supposed to open the reports. For example, if I wanted to, let's say I'm viewing my report in Power BI service. Okay, in the Power BI service, I'm going to view my report. For example, this is my Power BI service. IABP.powerbi.com. So here, so once you publish your report here, the user should be able to view the report across the globe because this is the cloud. See, whatever the report I develop it here, that is available in my local system, my laptop. But how can I enable the users who is located across the globe to view my reports? So I cannot allow each and every user to access my laptop remotely. So we have remotely we can also access the laptop from one laptop to another laptop. Supposing 100 users, they wanted to view the same report at the same time. What will happen? You cannot you cannot allow all the under 100 users to access your laptop to view the report simultaneously. That is not possible. So what we do is we are going to publish the report on cloud. Once you publish the report on cloud, the users can see the reports simultaneously across the globe. Okay, being in being located across the globe, they can see it. They can see our report at any time, right? So that is the whole idea of it. So look here, this is my, for example, I just open my workspace, but don't worry, I'll be helping you to understand what is the workspace, all the things. Okay, and here I will just see the retail report. So this is my reader. So this is the one I published on cloud. Now people across the globe can access this report anytime from anywhere. So that is the advantage of publishing the report on cloud. So now the situation is, if the user, let's know this report has been published. This report has to be seen only by specific user. Not all the user should be given access to view the report. Or even if we give access to the users to access this report, they should be able to see the relevant data. For example, you are a manager to manage the United States, okay, and you are supposed to view only the report that are relevant to United States, not all the country. Okay. So here what happens is we can use slicer and we can filter the thing, but you are doing kind of manual task there. When you fetch the data at the source system itself, see what happens when you use a slicer, you are pulling all the data. When you are pulling all the data from your source system, and the next step is you are applying the slicer on top of it. The question is, why do you need to pull all the data and then you need to apply the filter? So while you extract the data from your source system itself, you apply the filter. You understood, right? So while you extract the data from the source system itself, you apply the filter so that the volume of the data extracted by your system is less from the source system, and they can also view the respective data. So for that purpose, what we are doing is we are using query parameters. Using query parameter, we are allowing the restricted access to the users, and also dynamically the users can change their data set, right? So they can filter the data at the query source system itself. Okay, so hope you are able to understand, right? So that is the reason why we use query parameters. So the whole idea is to prevent the end users to modify these parameters also, right? This has to be controlled only by the Power BI modelers. Everyone, if we allow everyone to change the parameters, what will happen? There is no control here. Anybody can see anybody's data. So that is, we don't need that to happen. So, right, we need to have a centralized control. For that purpose, also we are using query parameter. And also we don't want to, open the transform data every time, and we don't want to filter it manually. Okay, we don't want to do it, whenever we want it. So all we need is, once we publish, I'll show you the benefit, right? When I show you the demo, you will be able to understand very clearly. So now I'm going to create the parameter one more time. So the first step is we are going to create the parameter. I'll just show you the same thing again, and text. So when I'll repeat once again. See, the first step is, so you imported the file. You imported this file, sales underscore W04, imported the file using get thing. And then the next step is, what you do is you just go to the transform data. Why we use transform data is nothing but Power Query Editor. Look at the Power Query Editor. So why we need to use Power Query Editor? Because why we need to use this Power Query Editor? We want to do the data transformation, data cleaning, data transformation, data pre-processing, data munging. All these terms are same. Different people use different terms. Okay, don't get confused. I just write it for your understanding, because in the interview, the interviewer might use any of these terms. Please remember, okay, don't forget it. Some people say data pre-processing, data cleaning, and then they say data munging. They use different terms. All these terms refers the same thing. Okay. So the reason why we are using Power Query Editor is, you want to clean the data, you want to do some kind of pre-processing. Power Query Editor. Why to use Power Query Editor? Why to use Power Query Editor? We use Power Query Editor to do the data pre-processing, or some people say data cleaning or data munging. It's all same. Don't get confused with this term. Okay. I'll just minimize this. Next step is, okay, I imported the data. Now I need to do some kind of data transformation. I already did it. Now I don't want to do any more data transformation. Now all we need to do is explore how to create the query parameter. So new parameter. I'm going to click new parameter. So I leave it as it is. I'm not going to change it. So the data type is going to be text, and I'm going to say the country. I'm going to map this parameter with country column. So you can map this, you can create a parameter map with any type of any column, especially the categorical variables we will be using it. So country is a categorical variable. So the United States, current values unit, let's say, assume that I'm going to specify I know the name. So the naming convention, everything you need to strictly follow. Don't specify small s here. Whatever is there in your data set, you need to specify that way. Ideally, what you need to do is before you create the parameter, you go to the column which you need to apply the filtering condition. This is my country column. I need to create a parameter on this column, right? So when I share my report to somebody else, they should be able to choose the country whatever I specified. Okay, beyond that they are not supposed to use it. So here in this country column, I check the country names. The country name here is United States. The U is capital and S is capital. In between there is a space. Strictly you need to follow this. Okay. And then what I do is the next step is I go to the parameter and then I'm going to create this one. So you can give some meaningful name here. In this case, I just specify parameter one and you can specify some description if you need it. The next one is type. Data type is text because country is a text data type. It is not a number data type. And suggested value is any value. And the current value is United States. You can specify any country name which is there in my country column. Okay. In this case, for example sake, I mentioned about United States. I just click OK. Okay, now I created the parameter. Right. So step one, create a parameter. So that is what we have seen it. Next, we need to map this parameter. Map the parameter to the appropriate column. In our case, which column we are going to map, we are supposed to map it because we have used country. Hence, we go to the data set and we go to the country column. So where is the country column? This is the country column. I just right click it and I just go to this one. Second, I just select this one. Yeah, you need to select this one. Okay, the drop down, not that. And here text filters and select equals. And here what I do is I just simply select the ABC here parameter. You want to use the text value. For example, text value, if you select it here, the country name, all the country name will get displayed. I don't want to select manually this country name. I don't want to hard code. This is called hard coding. This is called hard coding. You don't have to specify the country name as it is. Instead, what I do is I use the parameter which I created. So you have three options here. One is text, so or parameter. You want to use the parameter, I want to use the text. So I'm going to use, I selected the parameter here. So whatever the parameter that I created, that is available on the right side. Okay, in this case, I have created only one parameter, parameter one. So automatically, you know, it, or if you select this one, you can find the parameter names. In this case, we have created only one parameter. So parameter one, hence I selected this one. So don't get confused with this one and this one. So here, if you select, if you filter the data, so you want to filter the value country is equivalent to, or instead of this, right? Let me do it. I just go here and I just go and say United States or some other country because I'm, or let's say Colombia. So what will happen is when you use this condition, it will filter only Colombia related data. When you select some other country, it will select only this. I don't want this one to be hard coded one. I should allow my users to type any type of country name, any country name. I should allow my user to enter any country name. How is it possible? With the help of parameter one. Okay, I just click OK. And then what I do is now United States only got filtered because in my parameter, I mentioned United States. So you must be asking, here we hard coded, right? Here we just hard coded the current value. You just see it. I just go and apply here. So close and apply. You need to, whatever the transformation you did, that's a transformation. As part of the transformation, we created a parameter. See 4046 46 rows loaded. Okay, fine. It got closed. So I create another one. So did I open this one? This is the one, right? So the next thing is I just select some visual. I selected the clustered column chart. Next one is I'll go to sales W04 and here I'll select country. I want to see the sales by country. You can select whichever thing you needed. Okay, and here, look here, which country you see as United States, because in the query parameter, sorry, in the parameter, the default value I mentioned about United States. Now I go to transform data and select edit parameters. So it brings up this one, right? So now what happens? The users can type any country here. You can type China. When you when you type China and click OK, that China value will be passed to my parameter. That parameter which has China data stored in it. Hence, it will apply the filter on the data set for the China country alone. Now the chart should show the China sales. Let's wait for some time. See, number of rows got reduced because China only 1,195 transactions happen. So now we can see the China sales here. The China sales is 6,51,000. See, now we dynamically, we can allow the user to choose whichever country they want to view. They can, by typing it here, they can view it. So rather, if you specify China, if you hard code China in the filter there itself, what will happen? No matter what you do, every time it will show only China data only. I'll just show you here. Please concentrate. I have some background noise here. Okay, we have the transform button. We just select here. I just go to country column. Very simple one. In the Excel, whatever we do, the same thing we do it. But only thing is here, we are using this one. Supposing, okay, I selected China, hence it shows China here. Okay, let's say I'm going to remove the filter. For you people, I am going to show you one more time. Supposing I want to view, let's say Australia. I'm going to deselect everything. I select only Australia. So this is one way of applying the filter. This is your manually you are selecting it here. Okay. When you apply this one, when you close and apply, what will happen is your chart, bar chart will show only the Australia related data. See now, whatever the filter that I applied it, that is going to apply on this chart now. Because I mentioned, yeah, look here, the Australia. Okay, if I wanted to view other countries, how will I view it? If I go here, I removed the parameter. Parameter is still there. Yeah, so since parameter is there, it is good, right? Since if I don't have parameter, what will happen is, here this button will not be enabled. If this button is not enabled, what will happen is you cannot type whichever country you wanted to view it, you cannot type the country name here. You understood, right? So for that purpose, we have created a parameter. That parameter will prompt the user to enter the country which they wanted to view the sales. They can enter whatever country name they wanted. They can enter it here. So that, for example, here, if I give United States, what will happen? Because I removed it there. I did not map the parameter there. I removed it. I mentioned about United States. Since I hard coded Australia there, still it will show only Australia data. Load completed. Look here, still Australia only shows. I typed which country? I typed here the United States, but it is not applied here. The reason was here I hard coded it. So if you go to the country column here, see if you are able to understand, you tell me. I'm going to skip this one. So I'm going to select everything. You select everything, and then what I do is I'm going to say equals. Here I'm going to, instead of selecting text, here what I do, I selected ABC text, and then I hard coded Australia. No matter what you type in the edit parameter, even if I type United States, since you have hard coded Australia to this column for country, so only this condition, for this condition only, it will filter the data. Australia, it will show only Australia data. I don't want to hard code it here. Instead, select parameter. Whatever value the user enter it when it prompts, right? That value has to be passed here as an argument. Now you understood, right? So when you click, I'll just say click OK. Sorry, here's some mistake happened. Clear filter. I think I messed up something. 1 second, let me just. I'll just go here and the country name. So I'm going to look here, only the Australia is selected here. So I'm going to clear, if I click a clear filter, this one will get removed. And all the countries will be shown here. Look here, all the countries got selected now. Now what I'm going to do is I need to use this parameter. I need to map this parameter with this one. So text filters equals. Here I'm going to say parameter and parameter one, and I just select OK. Now it's set well. Now I'm going to click close and apply. Now what happens? Whatever the value, like the formula something. 1 second. So okay, now United States. Okay, now if I want to now edit parameters. So here, whatever the country that you wanted to view, the corresponding cells, right? If you want to view the Australia country cells, you can type it here. It automatically, this one will be passed as an argument to that parameter one, right? That is what. In step 3, what happens is map the parameter to the appropriate field. What is the map the parameter? In our case, the parameter name is parameter one. Parameter one. To the what is the column name? Appropriate column. In our case, it is a country, right? Column name is country. See, we have assigned the country one to the parameter one to country in the filter condition. So hence we map the parameter one to country column. What happens? It dynamically filters, right? You can type any country, so it shows that country's data. Australia. If I type this one, now it will, this value, Australia, whatever I typed it, will go and get stored in parameter one. Parameter one is Australia, country is equivalent to Australia. So it will filter country equal to Australia data here, and it will, the chart also will show the Australia related data. Hope you understood with this example. And I need to click apply changes. Look here, the Australia. The Australia data got filtered. So you need to have patience because it takes quite a time. Okay. So it takes quite a while to apply the filter and all. Don't rush and think, decide that, it is not correctly filtering, right? Don't rush and do it. And the next step is, that's all, we are done with. So now the question is, here, I'm able to allow the user to select, type any country here, so that that specific country related sales is shown in this bar chart. Fine. The question now is, now my manager, right? So he is asking this question. Hey, I'm handling only 3 countries. I'm managing 3 country related sales. You show me only those 3 country related sales. Why you are showing, why are you allowing me to view all the country? I don't want to see all the countries data. I want to see only specific country. Specific country in the sense, right? Only 3 countries related sales I want to see. So I just go to transform now. Now what I do is, I'm not going to create any other parameter. I'm going to use the same parameter. Look here, I'm going to select the same parameter which I created. And then I click manage parameter. Here, I just go and select something in list of values. Look here, list of values. Here, I can type whichever country that the end user should be able to view. Okay, only this, let's say whatever the country I type it here, they should be able to see or select only these 3 countries to view the sales performance. Right? Okay, here I have to give some default value. You can give whatever country you want, you can give it. So for you, for example, say I'm using China. It can be anything. Okay, or I'll use default value is Australia, and the current value is something like it's a current value is China. Okay, and like click OK. That's all. I'm going to apply this. This is called list of values. This parameter is called list of values because it will show you the list of values. You can choose 3 country or 4 country or 5 country. For example sake, I have used 3 countries in that list so that the manager or top level people or the end user can view the data related to only these 3 countries. Edit parameters. When I select this, they are allowed to view the sales performance related to China or United States or Australia. That's it. Now it is default, it is China. If I want to view the Australia sales, I just select click. So this is another way of restricting the users to view only the specific country or specific region or specific state. See, now it got refreshed automatically. The filter has been applied based on the value that you have typed it here. I typed what? Australia. So this value has been assigned to the value parameter 1. So this parameter 1 I assigned to the column country. You remember in the filter, right? So in the transform, I assign parameter 1 to country column. Hence, country is equivalent to Australia. It applies that one to this data set, or for this chart visual, it shows the Australia. If I select another country, which is there in this list, so now the user can view only these 3 country related data. So, so this is one way of restricting the users. The next question is, okay, I just go, we have another type of parameter. See, first parameter, whatever country the user type it, they can see the sales in the visual. The second option is LOV, list of values. Okay, so only 3 countries or whatever the number of countries that use only they can see it. Next, I'm going to modify this parameter. So I'm going to modify this. Okay, I have another option called query. Any value we have seen it, and list of values we have seen it. In the case of list of values, we can specify specific number of countries. Whatever the countries that you specify it here, only those countries related data they can view it, right? By selecting the specific countries, right? One after another they can view. So now what I do is I'm going to use another type of parameter called query. So here what I do is here it will throw an error because I cannot do anything now. So what I do is in the case of query, you just watch here. I'll just go to the query here. So the sales W04 query. And if I go here, so I'm interested in country here. Look here, I just select the drop down here. I just select this. Here what I do is I just clear the filter because we are trying something else. Right click. At the bottom, you can see add as new query. Look here. I just cleared the filter. I just went here because we are trying different type of query parameter. I just clear filter. I just selected this. Next one is I just select, I do right click and then I go to the bottom, add as a new query. The country column, since I selected add as a new query, it took all the country names in this list. Okay. So what I do is I just right click it. So I'm going to remove the duplicate values. You need to remove the duplicate. You should not have the duplicate values. Hence I remove the duplicate values. Okay. And my query is ready. Okay. I call this, I just rename this as a, you can rename it country query types. This is also, so now what I do is I go to this parameter and what I do is instead of allowing the user to view only these three states, right, countries, what I do is I'm going to select query. In that query, look here, this is the one, right? Country query, I created it. I'm going to select it. The current value, whatever you want, you can specify. So now I just close and apply it. Let us see what happens. It will show all the country name in that query. See, in the first option, you remember, I can enter only one query, only one country name at a time. If I want to view the other country thing, right? Every country, if I want to view it, I need to type the country name each and every time. Look here, I just go to edit parameter. Look here. Now it will show all the country here. All the country here. So here I don't have to type each and every country name. I can select whichever country I want. Afghanistan. So it should show only the Afghanistan sales here. Okay. Okay. Here I did not map that parameter with the data set. So that is the problem. That is why it is not showing correctly. Whatever you selected, right, you need to map it with this column, right? So what I do is I just go ahead and for example, I just go to view editor. I just go to advanced editor and it will be confusing for non-programmers. Don't worry, I'll give you another example. Okay. With that analogy, you should be able to understand very clearly. So here advanced editor, I have seen it. Here now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say country. Here you cannot assign the text like other parameters. You cannot specify the para. I think we can specify it. We'll see here. So I'm going to select the parameter. So I need to set this parameter, isn't it? I did not specify it. So now I'm done with this. All right. So next step is I just click close and apply. I go to the report canvas. I just go to report canvas. Here I just select, look here, Afghanistan got selected. Okay, next one is I just go and select China and click OK. Now we can see only China. So what are the differences here? I'll just go and summarize quickly. There are three types of parameters. One is, one second, I'll just go here. You select here. What are the types of parameters are there? You can see it here. Sorry, suggested value, any value, list of values, query. There are three types of parameters: any value, list of values, and query. Right? These types of parameters. Types of query parameters. You need to say that way. There are three types of query parameters are there. One is any value and list of values and query. Using any value, we can ask the user to enter whichever country that they want to view. They can enter that country name and they can, based on the country that they enter it, the data will get filtered. Supposing you enter United States, the United States related data only will be filtered, right? And then you can see the corresponding bar chart value there. Similarly, you have something a list of values. But here, what you do is you can enable the user to or restrict the users to view only the specific countries by specifying the country names. You can specify 2 or 3, whatever the number of countries that you want to specify, you can specify. For example, if you specify United States and what is that? The Australia. Then in the list of values, the user can select either this country or this country. So they are limited to view only these two countries related sales. That's it. But in the case of query, query also similar to any value. But in the case of query, it displays all the available country names in your data set. All the available country name in your data set. Supposing you are selling your products only in 10 countries, not more than 10 countries. But as an end user, you are not supposed to type a country where we are not doing the business, isn't it? So for that reason, we created a query first. The query we listed down, this query has this parameter, right? Sorry, this query has the details about all the country names in it. All right, what we are doing is here we are mapping this with this one. Here how we do country query, right? So this country query is holding all the country where we do the business, and then we closed it. Click OK. So when we go there, right, when we select edit parameter, so what we did here in the country column, we mapped this one. Country is equal to parameter one. Whatever value is selected as part of this country query, so for this parameter, right, that value, based on that value, it will filter the data. Hope you understood, isn't it? or is it confusing still? Very simple one. So the difference between these two is here the user can enter any country. Maybe they enter the country name where we don't do the business. So in that case, it will show blank here. If I use query, what will happen here? Hey, these are the countries we are doing the business. So you can select whichever country related, whichever country you want to see the sales, you can select it here. Only these countries you need to select it. But we are allowing the user to view all the countries. We are giving the freedom to the user, end user, to select any of the countries. Okay. So in that case, what one, there is no typing spelling mistake because it's a case sensitive. Instead of using capital United, see in the case of United States, U is capital and S is capital, United States, right? If they type small letter, what will happen? Lower case, then it will not filter the data correctly. Though you do the business there, it will not show the data there. To overcome that confusion also, the best thing is the query is the best option. And other option is this one. If you have a security reasons, and if you want to limit the users to only view the specific, you can do it. Or if you want to give so this query, who can see that? The list of values can be seen by the managers. The query can be seen by CEOs. Because I am the owner of the company, I should be allowed to view the sales across the globe. I should be able to see all the countries. In that case, the query parameter you can give it. So in the case of managers, marketing managers or someone, right, regional managers, they can see only the specific country related data. So list of values query. Now you understood. Apart from this, another use case of query parameter is you can specify the query parameter for source settings. What do you mean by source settings? Which data set I'm using it? Sales W04. So now I need to know the path, the folder name where I use. See, in my laptop, sales W04 file is there in multiple folders. How do I know from which folder I have chosen this one? How do I know that? I need to go to the transform data. So here I selected sales W04 and select source here. If you select the gear icon here, it will show you this one. Look here, D:dat1. In this folder, you have, in this folder, you have used the sales W04 file from this folder. Look here, I have the same file available in other folder. Look here, in that one, it is available. And I have another folder called D84. Here also I have sales the W04 is there. Look here also I have the folder in DAT4 also. So how do I know which folder sales W04 I'm using it? By selecting the source here, it shows me, oh, okay. So with this, I'm able to understand, okay, fine. See what happens in real time. In real time, listen very carefully, okay? See, we are developers. We develop the reports, everything, fine. Once we develop it, we will move it to test environment. And then once the QA, quality assurance people, when they conduct a test about our whatever we developed it, right? And if they say fine everything, right? So production. And then we have another folder called production. We will be migrating the report, whatever we developed it to test folder. The test folder, what they do is the testing people, they come and test our code. If our code has no bugs or defects, right, then it will be moved to production. When you move your code from one environment, development to test to production environment, the file location will change because these three are different servers. Let's assume that this is my laptop. My laptop is a development laptop, and let's say this is Vijaykanth laptop, and production is soy. Soy Enterprises. This is the company name. This is the production database. This is the live data. Every day the customer, when they order it, or whatever the order they raise it in our website, that one will get recorded here. Okay. Here what we are doing, we are taking some sample data. We are testing it out, internally, and then we are completing the reports, and then we are moving the report, whatever we developed, to the testing people. Vijaykanth will test our code. He will find out if there are any mistakes, anything is there. If Vijaykanth finds our code has no defects in it, the next step is the code will be migrated to production. The production, sorry, I somehow got disconnected from the system. Okay, so now we understood, right? So once you development server data is different, test server data is different, because testing people use different data, okay, to test whether our report or dashboards are working correctly or not. And the next one is production data is different. So in that case, the folder name might change, or they might use the same folder or different folder also. See, in the production, so here, for example, D colon dat1 sales underscore W04 dot CSV. But in production, the same file is available in another folder. Okay, in this folder it is available. So what point I'm trying to make is, we are going to create a parameter which should accept dynamically the folder name. You're not supposed to hard code, hey, always look for the file here, always look for the file. No, right? So we will see how we can do it here. So here what I'm going to do is, look here. Here, I just selected this file and I wanted to see the path where this file is available, or the folder where it is available. Here on the left side, I just select parameter. So in the parameter, I just selected parameter one and I click OK. Instead of hard coding the value like this, right? Because in development, the sales W04 is available in DAT1. In testing, it might be available in DAT3. In production, it is available in DAT4 folder, right? Any different folders is for different environment, the file will be available. Okay. So what we do is, we select parameter. Hence, what we do is, we use a common name. You just think that common name. Okay. In this case, the common name is parameter. That's it. I'm done with this. Okay, here the supply path must be a valid absolute path. That is fine. Here what I do is, here I just go and say manage parameter. I'm going to modify this one. So I'm going to say text value, because that's a text value, any value. I'm going to say any value. Here I'm going to specify the path, D colon dat1 sales underscore W04 dot CSV. This is my current value. But when you use edit parameter, right? Once you apply this one, when you use edit parameter there, you remember, right? The user should be able to supply their own folder. Either they can specify dat2, dat3, dat4. But all the folders, whichever folder that is where, the file name should be same and the structure should be same. The column name, everything should be same. Okay. Now I'm done with this. And I just now look here, I don't see any error. Now that error has gone, right? So now if I close and apply, this is another use case. If you wanted to change the source settings dynamically, you don't have to open the Power Query editor. Okay, look here, I'm done with this. Now it is not available. You will see why it is not available. I'm going to say edit parameter. So that when and click OK. Okay, the reason is, one second, I just go here. Okay, I just remove 1 second. We'll see what problem here. manage parameter. I just go and see. Okay, any value and text, and this is the one we mentioned it. This is the parameter one. So what I do is, because I used country Korean and mapped it for the previous parameter, right? I need to remove that one from there. I just go to the country column, or I'm going to remove the country query. I don't need it any longer. I just select this one. I just go to country column. I just go and clear the filter, because previous filter is there, right? I'm going to remove that one. That is the reason why it was not shown. Fine. Okay. And then I'm going to, better you can delete the parameter, recreate it. Okay. To overcome this kind of confusions. So I'm going to apply the changes. Now 25,000 rows loaded, entire data set got loaded, because we are using dat1 folder. Look here. So now the question is, okay, now let's say Lavanya, you developed this report. Now we are migrating to, let's say testing, everything has been done. This is through. There is no bug in your code. Now we are migrating to production. So what will happen is, the production environment guys, they don't have to open the transform data, Power Query Editor, they don't have to open it. All they have to do is just edit parameters. Here, for example, in the production, the data is available in this folder. As I showed you here, you just think this is a production folder. Okay, that folder. This is a live folder, very critical one. Not all the people have access, only limited people will have access to that folder. You just think that it's a production database. So look here, now United States, Australia, everything is same. But in this data here, the file name is same, but the location of this file name is different, but the structure is same, but the data is not same. You understood, right? I just click OK. Everything is same, but the data is not same, but the folder name is not same. So for that data, this one should change, because that data is different in production. This development environment, we use some data. Okay, some development data we used it. That is not the real data. Okay, but probably that data is somewhat, look here. This answer. So now it has picked up the data from the one which we typed it. So we have typed which one? d:dat4. In this folder, we need to use this file. So now what is the advantage of that one? See, the production guys, right? All they have to do is just click edit parameter, give the path name here. That's all. Whichever path they wanted to change it, they can change it from development to, for example, development folder to test folder, production folder. If you want to change the folder name, right? You can go simply click this and change it. That's all. Otherwise, what will happen? You should be knowing the program. You should go and click transform data, and then he has to go and change it here. He has to go here, and he has to go and open this transform Power Query Editor and go to the source here. And from here, he has to make changes to the path. Look here, he has to go and manually change the path. Sorry, not this one and this one, right? So here he has to go and manually change the path. That is a painful thing, right? So instead, what we are doing, we are parameterizing it. This is called parameterization. Parameterizing the source settings. The support guy, you need not to come here at all. Okay, you don't need to open the code. Okay. The final thing is, I will show you by deploying this code on cloud. Okay, how to do that. Okay, I'll just, so that you will get the sense of how it works in production environment. For example, I just select this one. Look here, I'm not going to use this one now. I'm going to use the same old thing, right? Whatever I discussed earlier. So parameter one and text any value. And here I go and say this one, right? I'm going to say okay now. I just go here, sales W04. Here I'm going to hard code it. Usually we don't hard code it here. In real time scenario, hard coding is not the best practice. See, the one what I'm doing is now is hard coded thing. Okay. You're not supposed to do it here like this. But any of for development purpose, learning purpose, we are going to do it now. Okay. So here, manage parameter. Here what I do is country. We'll take the same country example. I'm going to say United States. It takes some time to apply. Sometimes you might think, right, nothing is happening. You have to have patience because very, very slow. $25,000 records loaded because we did not apply any filter now. Yeah, okay. So now I just select edit parameter here. Look here, I click OK here. See, it will apply, it will filter the data for the United States. It will show only the United States here. Wait for some time. Oh, I did not, did I map it there? I did not map it here. First step is you need to create a parameter. Next step is you need to map it to the appropriate column. So in this case, the country column, right? Here you just select it. See here I did not apply, I did not map that one. So you need to map this parameter here. Parameter, right? So yeah, I mapped it now. That's why it is not filtering it. Now I'm going to apply this change, close and apply this change. Whatever I made it, I am going to say, hey, it is, you need to apply this step. So I'm done with this. Now it will apply this one. It will show only the United States. Look here, United States. Right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish it to cloud. So now we are done with this. I'm going to say save. So now what happens is when you select here, you can allow the user to type the country name here, whichever country they wanted to view the sales in this bar chart, they can type it here. If they type China, they can see the China date here. It automatically apply the filter on this one. Now, okay, now what I do is, look here, I have something called publish button here. I have something called publish button here. The publish button, what I do is I click publish, wait for some time. Look here, I already created workspaces there. What do you mean by workspaces? Look here. So we have something called workspaces. The workspace, you can create some folders. Okay, you can create development folder, test folder, and production folder. So let us assume that, right? So we are going to, I already created dev_sandbox. Okay, you can also create your own folder. For example, supposing when you click create workspace, so something like, you know, development for order thing, right? So development is order. So my project name is order management system. Okay, I just created, you know, fresh blank, fresh new workspace here. So here I'm going to publish it here. One second, I just, you know, select click publish here. It will open here, and then here dev and order. This is the workspace. I created it on cloud. So I selected this. What I'm saying is, you publish this report, EX retail sales comment, to the cloud folder dev_order. Just think workspace is nothing but a folder. Wait for some time, it will take some publishing. Look here, it is publishing. EX Reader says common payables to Power BI. Done. It's successfully published my report, right? So .pbix is the extension. Now got it. So now I go and check whether that file is available. It is not available here. I'm going to refresh it now. Look here, when I refreshed it, press F5 or press enter the same folder, same link. Okay, retail sales comment report got published here. But along with that, it automatically published the data related to this one also, right? This is, if you see this icon, that means the data. If you see this is my report, okay? And what I do is I just go and, for example, I just go and go to settings, not here, sorry, not here. I just go here and then I just go out to the settings. Data set. I selected the data set and I click the settings. When you come here, you see the parameter. You look here. See, you published a report here. All they need to do is, for example, let's say Vijay Gant is my manager. Okay. So for him, he wants to see only China related data. All he has to do is just go and type China. That's it. He doesn't know how to open the transform data and desktop and all. He doesn't know. So all he needs to do is just go and type the country name here and apply it. That's it. Okay, and apply it, and then go back to this one, this order, right? And click this one. Okay, here it is not showing it because I'm yet to refresh that one here. 1 second, I'll just go the order. So here what I do is I'll just go and refresh this one. Preparing for something went wrong. Refresh it because the data requires a gateway. Look here, but still it requires a gateway, right? So for this, what you need to create refresh, whatever. But at this moment, you just think the manager, he received the report on cloud and he sees your report. Where he found your report? In the dev_order workspace, and you just shared him the link also. Hey, this is where the report is there. You just select it, and whichever country you want it, you go and specify the country name. It automatically filter the country and it will show you. But here the challenge here is, right, you need to refresh the data on cloud also. 1 second, I'll just so this is the one, right? Need to go to settings, and here all in is specify the country, whichever country you want. We can, for example, if you want to be the Australia, then specify Australia. But here we need to specify the gateway also, because it has to, it is now the report is on cloud, though the data is available there, you need to use the gateway, because from the gateway, look here, gateway connection, right? Personal gateway or this one, both the gateways are running in my case and map to where? Look here. So this is the one, file path, and says this one, map to this one, apply this one. Now click Australia. So now it has been refreshed. Now there are no error here, right? And one more time, I just click refresh history. I don't see any error. Okay, everything is fine now. And now what we do is I just go and see the data set here, view data set. And when I click this one, okay, there I specified, right? It will take some to refresh. The whole idea is you just think, go to the data file and then go to settings and then go to the parameters. Okay. And here the manager has to specify the country which you need to schedule the refresh. Okay. You need to specify what time it should refresh everything. Now we establish the connection. That doesn't mean the data got refreshed, right? You need to, you need to enable this one. Okay. You need to schedule the refresh. daily between this one. But here you can specify the time also. Anyhow, we will see that later point in time, the later sessions, okay? 5:30 p.m., AM or PM, okay? Only when this one get refreshed, right? So during the time of refresh, this filter will get applied. But just think that as a manager, I just go and type whichever country that I wanted to view the sales. I just go and type the country name, that's all. Because for this country, I want to see the sale. For example, if I want to see United States, I'm going to say United States. This filter will get applied at the time of refresh. Yes, this is the one you need to remember it. When will the refresh happen? This time, 5:30 p.m. Right? So you don't have an option to specify 15 and all, 5:30 p.m. something like that. Okay. So that time, after by 5:30 p.m. when you see it in the report, you can see the country whichever you typed it there. For that corresponding country, it will display the, it will filter the data and show you the values in the bar chart. You understood? This is the way. But at this moment, now you understand the advantage of query parameter. That once you define the query parameter, all you need to do is, let's say you are a manager, you published it. You are a developer, you published it. Now you are saying, hey, let's say I'm your manager. Hey man, I just published it. You go and see, review the report. Now I just go here and I go and see the parameters. Here I go and type whichever country you want to it. I'll just type it and click apply. Okay, instant refresh, it is not possible. And again, it is not a premium license. Okay, it is just a pro license. I just bought a pro license. Premium license, I could not buy it because of some the RBI confusion and all. Okay, that's fine. So now United States, whichever country. As a manager, I don't need to know Power BI desktop. I don't need to go and manually filter the data. All I have to do is just type the country name, United States, apply. It will show the report related to United States. That's all. Very easier, right? You don't have to do, you don't have to go to code. You don't have to make any changes. You don't have to have the programming background. Simply as a manager, you have, as a manager, okay, as a manager, you don't have to have the programming background. Just go and type the country name and click apply. So this, whatever you type it here, that one will get passed to your parameter. Supposing you type United States, that value will get assigned to this parameter one. Listen very carefully. That value, United States is selected, right? That value will get assigned to this variable parameter one. You just think from the mathematics point of view. Sorry, not this one. We use equation A is equivalent to 3 and B is equivalent to 5. C is equivalent to A plus B, isn't it? See, parameterizing. The simple example is, let's C is equivalent to, let's say A is equivalent to 3 and B is equivalent to 2. And what we do is C, A plus B. Here we are using only A and B, not 3, 2. We are not hard coding the value here, isn't it? A plus B, we are doing it, right? This is somewhat similar to this, the parameter concept is, okay? A plus B, we are adding it, okay? The same thing. So here A is equal to 3. A is nothing but parameter 1. So what value he typed it there? United States. That value will be assigned to this parameter 1. Since we map this value to the country name column, in the country column, we use parameter 1, isn't it? Look here, if you go here, and if you see the filter here, right, equals, look here, already it shows country is equal to parameter 1, right? Equals, this is what we used it. When I do like this, what happens is, whatever the end user typed it on cloud, United States, that one will get, so that one will get applied here. That one gets, so look here, United States here on the cloud, right? The manager just typed it there. That one will get assigned to the variable or the parameter called parameter 1. So United States there here. So country name, country equals United States. It will apply the filter. This is how it works. Hope you understood. And I would suggest you all to watch my video and create the same thing. Okay. Anyhow, I will share this file to you also. You can use it along with the data file. I will send this to you all. Without fail, you can either try it tonight or tomorrow. Okay. But tomorrow we'll continue the training. Okay. But before tomorrow's session, you try it out. In case of any questions, if you get stuck up, we will discuss it tomorrow. All right. This will take some time. The parameter, all the terms that you are not yet used to that, and still the custom function also, you need some time to pick up. Don't worry. In the upcoming sessions, when I start explain you a couple of use cases, then you will be able to understand the advantage of using custom function, advantage of using parameters. Okay, and also there's something called data flow. Okay, that is also you will be understanding it. Okay, what I would suggest, right, from tomorrow onwards, you can work side by side with me. Okay, but in the meanwhile, please equip yourself to start, how to import navigation, all the basic things. If you delay it, right, if you keep searching the keyboard, you are going to, the days will extend like anything. Okay, since you are all completely new one, yes, you may need some more time. See, if I complete this batch, I'm okay to start another batch. If I start new batch, I will get money. But my intention is, I don't want to run after the new batches. I want you people to understand the concepts thoroughly. Even if it drags, let it be there. Okay. But I want you all to practice it. Tomorrow's session, you are going to practice it. See, if you practice all these things during the night time or tomorrow day, morning time before the session, and during the session, if you come back with questions, or if you say, Satya, I'm able to understand everything clearly. Okay, you continue with the next topic. Then we can save time. You try to reduce the duration, right? That's the reason why I urge you all to do it during your spare time by watching my video. I'll share this immediately after this session so that you can start practicing, because we are running out of time. Start practicing. And the assignments, what happened to the assignments? How many? Lavanya, she was asking doubts, and somehow she completed it. Okay. Some extent she completed it. She made a good headway. Okay. In one way, I have to appreciate her, though not. How about others? If you have not yet completed, please go ahead and complete it. So what we will do is we will review the assignment also tomorrow. Okay. Hence, we have to review the assignment, whatever I gave it to you. I just open the one, right? So I just open the assignment. See, she has completed. I sent the screenshot, everything. I'll just show you I just want to open the assignment. See, this is the assignment, right? So these are the assignments. Okay. And tomorrow we are going to review this assignment. Meanwhile, you try this also. Okay. Tomorrow, before I try it out, you can also, try these things. Okay. On your own. Those of you are yet to complete, right? You just practice it. And if you have doubts, we will. Because see, the end of the day, money is not a matter, right? Timing, you are spending your valuable time. 2 to 2.5 months, you are spending time with me. After 2.5 months, you should not repent, man. I attended the training, I did not gain anything, right? So both of us should work hard. You should also take initiative and start practice. All right. So start practice it, and you can come up with the solutions. For example, here I mentioned if order quantity is greater than 5, then so here then is not there. If function itself is there. For example, here I just go and show you one example. Literally, don't go by my statement there. So okay, here I should not have gone there. 1 second, let me just close this one. I just go to the data window, data view. So this is the data view. I just selected. Instead of introducing new version, they can work on the performance point of view. Microsoft very slow. Fine. So here, For example, this is the condition I have given, isn't it? If the order quantity is greater than 5, then do this one. So what I say here, you just go to the, you can find new column here. So when you go to the data view and select this table, or you can just click here. This is called ellipse. These three dots are called ellipses. Just select this one and click new column. Instead of searching here, you can click new column here. You are going to create a new column because you wanted to apply a new business logic. What is the business logic? If condition here, okay? We are going to create a column called discount. I have already discount here. What I do is I say something like discount values, something like that, okay? So here, if I say if condition, look here, if I'm using parenthesis, look here itself, it gives us the help, logical test, logical. For example, if order quantity is greater than 5, then what you need to do, if it is true, if it is greater than 5, then what it is, you give 0.8% to those customers. Otherwise, simply put the same sales amount, no discount. For example, I just show here if condition, total revenue, right? So here, 1 second, here order quantity, right? So here in my case, it is not order quantity, quantity. Look here, quantity. If you type QUAN, automatically displays the column name along with the file name. You need to say, don't get confused. Hey, you mentioned about order quantity. Look here, order quantity. I did not find order quantity, only quantity. Yes, it is quantity only. Don't get confused with that. I mentioned about the business name there. Usually when the customer gives, it will be like that only. Okay, and you are not supposed to get confused. Okay, if the order quantity, those customers purchased more than 5 items, I'm going to give discount, sales. Look here, sales 0.08, 8% discount I'm going to give on the sales, comma, otherwise, see, only if the condition is true, right? Those people have purchased more than 5, I'm going to give the discount. If the condition is true, then I'm, or else, what am I going to do? The condition is true, not true, I'm going to leave it as it is. So I'm not going to give the any discount. Instead, I'm going to say, hey, you need to pay the bill amount. Sales is nothing but the bill amount. Look here, sales. That's all. And go to end and press enter. You're not supposed to see anything like this. That means you have made some syntax error. Watch my today's video, practice this one also. See, now you have a new column got created. Those people purchased more than 5. So this guy purchased 5, right? So yeah, more than 5. That means 7. So this guy is eligible for 0.8% discount. So this guy 204, this guy purchased only 5. 5 is not greater than 5, hence is not eligible for discount. But this guy has purchased more than 7, hence he is eligible for 86 rupees discount, or $86 is eligible for the discount, right? So you just practice this one also, okay? And another condition I mentioned here, and the product, right? So here I mentioned about this one, and see, those customers purchased more than 10 product, and also if the product is so and so product, then so that part we will see tomorrow, the ampersand and all. How do we do that? We will slowly increase the complexity, right? You just simply implement this one, okay, and then you practice it. I will send you this one. Probably you can add one more column with a different name, okay? Discount values 2 or 3. Look here both the column names are not same because I've given values, okay? So here you can give values to something like that. And then what to do is you understand how this logic works. You remove it and try to practice out in your own. All right? Fine. Okay. So I'll just share this. Any questions so far? It will be initially confusing, okay, because you don't have programming background. It will take some time. So what I do is I will share this file with the data set, Hence, you should be able to practice it. You don't have to sweat. But only thing is the file, whatever I'm using it here, right? The same file you should have it in your system. Hence, I will share this sales underscore w04.csv file also. Download it. And best thing, you can also create in the D drive, create dat1. Okay, dat1. In that folder, you keep sales underscore w04.csv. That's it. It's as simple as that. Vinay, just wait for some time. Okay, other batch is going on. You just hang on there. Okay. Okay, others, I would request you to drop off from this call. Okay. And we will continue the session tomorrow. I will share the recorded video as usual later sometime today, because the uploading time, it takes some time. Okay. Well, as soon as it gets uploaded, you can get the notification also, right? Probably after 2 hours, you try it out. Go to my playlist. You will find this video, today's session video, and watch this video and practice it side by side by using my data set and this file. Okay, PBX file. That also I will be sharing it now. All right. Right. Okay. Fine. So, okay, guys. Fine. We will meet tomorrow. We'll have a session tomorrow. Okay. Hey Binay, welcome. Just wait for some time. Couple of other guys also wants to join. Okay, let's give few more minutes to others. Okay. Hey Raja, thanks for joining. Just let's wait for some more minute for the others also to join. Okay. In the meanwhile, I just give you a quick recap or overview about the Power BI tool. 1 second. Let me just open my PowerPoint. 1 second, let me close this one. I just completed the other batch thing. I need to share this video to them.